Hey, folks, Roland Martin here. Today is Thursday, November 7th, 2019. We're broadcasting live from Los Cabos, Mexico, site of the second annual Luxe Jazz experience. Coming up today on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Donald Trump, you're going to pay $2 million for that fraudulent foundation of his. And so a New York judge made it perfectly clear, time to pay up for all of the illegal crap that they were doing. We'll talk about it. Also, I keep warning y'all, the Republicans are focused on packing the federal bench with far right-wing judges for the next 50 years. They celebrated this literally yesterday at the White House, and today the Senate Judiciary Committee moved forward another highly unqualified Trump nominee. This should be a warning to Democrats. You better focus on the federal bench in 2020. Also on today's show, Chicago Superintendent Eddie Johnson retires at the leading department for 4 years. That arrest after he was passed out likely had something to do with his retirement. We'll discuss that. Also, several presidential candidates are talking about environmental justice. We'll talk to a couple of folks who are involved in that particular forum as well. And next Wednesday, it's going to be a major rally in Annapolis, Maryland for the 4 Maryland HBCUs. Time to put pressure on the governor as well as the legislature to properly fund those HBCUs. Plus, we'll talk about 2 African-American literary giants who have passed in the last couple of days. It's time to bring the funk. I'm Roland Martin Unfiltered. Let's go.
He's got it. Whatever the miss, he's on it. Whatever it is, he's got the scoop, the fact, the find. And when it breaks, he's right on time and it's rolling. Best believe he's knowing. Putting it down from sports to news to politics. With entertainment just for kicks, he's rolling. It's on go, y'all. It's Roland Martin, yeah. Rolling with Roland now. He's funk, he's fresh, he's real, the best, you know he's Roland Martin now.
Donald Trump said he would never settle the lawsuit against the Trump Foundation. Guess what? His ass was lying. Today, a judge ordered him to pay $2 million to a variety of nonprofits to settle a lawsuit against the Trump Foundation for illegal activities. I keep warning y'all what's going on. It was against Trump and his 3 oldest children. Of course, that foundation has been shut down as a result of those activities. Let's talk about this with our panel. Joining me, Dr. Julianne Malveaux, President Emerita, economist, Bennett College. Also, Erica Savage Wilson, host of the Savage Politics Podcast, and Teresa Lundy, principal founder of TML Communications. Erica, I'll start with you. Again, Donald Trump was doing self-dealing, using his foundation to line his own pockets, to also buy a painting of himself as well. They got busted, and now they got to fork over $2 million. Should be paying out more. But remember, he said he was never going to settle. Looks like he settled.
Well, liar in chief and the chief of emoluments clause violation. So I think that this is no surprise to us. And again, the $2 million is in fact a drop in the bucket from the multi-millions of dollars that he and his children have made since he has been at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We also want to not forget or to refresh our memories that Donald Trump also owes his inauguration campaign owes a great deal of money to the city of Washington, D.C., and also to other cities with where he's held rallies. So this is par for the course, particularly for somebody who does not believe in paying his debtors and that is loudly and proudly lining his pockets.
Julianne, at the end of the day, this is the kind of activity we've seen from Donald Trump. He's always been a liar. He's always been someone who has done self-dealing. Now he's been busted.
He's not only a liar, Roland, he's a grifter. I mean, he has taken every opportunity to just basically steal. It's absurd. But what's the poetic justice in this, although, as Erica says, a $2 million is a drop in the bucket, the poetic justice is that the judge ordered the monies to be distributed among other things, the United Negro College Fund. So, you know, you just have to have it's like, okay. The other thing that's unclear, they dissolved the foundation, is what happened to the remaining assets of the foundation. But basically, I hope that we can get to the bottom of more of his self-dealing as Erica said, he owes his District of Columbia money. He owes just about every city he's had a rally in money. He doesn't pay his bills, but he's never paid his bills. Even when he was the billionaire who was on, you know, the art of the deal. The deal was don't pay your bills.
Teresa Lundy, bottom line is we are dealing with a grifter in chief. That's what his family is all about. And so New York State has been very aggressive in holding him accountable. First, under Eric Schneiderman, he had to resign. Now, Letitia, she is now, of course, the attorney general there, saying hold him accountable for all that he has done. Pure and simple.
Absolutely. So when you start to hold people accountable for their actions, you start to see the domino effect. And in President Trump's case, you are starting to see his money is now, which is, you know, pretty much his bread and butter of how he likes to govern, right? We know he's the largest top fundraiser right now. And so when you start attacking his money, then you start attacking his word. And so I can't wait to see what that trickle-down effect actually looks like. But I think it's just a step one in the breaking news that we'll see thus far from him.
Let's talk about what's happening when it comes to federal judges. Today, the Senate Judiciary Committee moved forward Steve Menashe, someone who was highly unqualified, and all the Republicans on that panel voted for him. This is the key. Yesterday at the White House, at this huge rally where they touted these far right-wing judges. They made it clear that they are going to pack the federal bench. Trump has appointed 25% of all of the federal judges on the appellate bench. That is a huge issue. What we're now talking about is that Republicans want to put folks on there to serve the next 40 to 50 years. Julian, this had better be an issue for Democrats in 2020. It has always been an issue for Republicans. These are the folks who are going to be ruling on civil rights, on environmental laws, on all our federal laws. Somebody better pay attention to what's going on.
We absolutely need to, Roland. They're finding very young people, some as young as 35, 39. They have a life expectancy of at least 40 years. Most people don't step down from these judicial appointments. So we basically are looking at people who are, you know, at the state level, the regional level, appellate level, changing the law. Changing the law. We've seen what this means in terms of voting rights. We have series of voting rights things we're dealing with. The environment, of course, they don't believe in climate change, and so you have all kinds of pollution. But we can go down the list and check out the issues. The fact is that Democrats have not made this issue of the courts clear enough, and therefore, especially millennials who are voting, frankly, don't get it. I'm not dumping on millennials, but I'm simply saying that when a Hillary in 2016 talks about the Supreme Court, you don't make it plain. You have to talk about more than the Supreme Court. You have to talk about every other level of a judiciary, and none of us have done that. And so we need an education about that.
But Erica,
Right.
Well, Erica, that's one of the reasons that's what I try to do on this show, trying to walk folks through this, because we're talking about people who are going to have, again, you're going to be the nation majority of people of color in 24 years. These folks will be serving another 25, 30 years on the federal bench. This is all by design.
Absolutely, Roland. And to be quite honest, I, and Dr. Ali had a conversation off camera last week talking about the importance of the courts and why that is not something that, quite frankly, is something that's layered over into different communities, folks that are Democrats. And quite plainly, one of the things that you pointed out is that, you know, usually people's experience with the courts, particularly black and brown people, usually has a negative connotation. Even if it's someone that's in their immediate family, it is by looking at police shootings and things of that nature. But here's where we have to kind of like stop. And so these people that are being appointed, overwhelmingly 80% of them are white men. And as you already said, those folks are under 50. Dr. Malveaux talked about some
almost 90%. In fact, not one African American, only one Latino.
Right, and we're talking about these are the people.
About 150 plus federal judges. Again, all white except one.
Right, and these are the people that'll be hearing appeals when you're talking about, you know, sexual discrimination, all types of discrimination that falls up under the Civil Rights Act. These are the people that will be hearing and listening to those cases. And if their worldview is shaped by an ideology which says that my whiteness makes us right, makes me right, and makes me a priority, then that's already null and void. And then even when we move to impeachment, we already see how Democrats, quite frankly, are not handling the whole impeachment explanation well. So to even believe that these individuals, 150, as you mentioned, plus that have already been nominated, could just be one by one impeached, that's not enough. The education, what you're doing on this show, the things that are being talked about and really laid out to bear are what people need to take accountability for and to become well educated in that.
Teresa, you're in the communications business, and again, Democrats have not established a narrative that walks people through this. Republicans have. He's essentially told white conservative evangelicals, "Look, I'm going to just hand y'all the federal judiciary. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to." The Republicans get it. Democrats don't.
And that's the problem. So when we start, like when Democrats, I believe, start campaigning, they campaign based off emotion and the issues. But we don't educate on the process. And when we start educating people on the process, we then start to open a lot of avenues of how to, them to start teaching inside of their communities. And so I think that if we start opening that gateway, if Democrats start expanding their message and start having real conversations with local municipalities and starting to, round out that conversation and saying, hey, I don't just need you to tell your people to vote. I need you to educate them on what the next ballot position question is instead of just putting it on a ballot for people to vote. So again, when you start educating the public then feels empowered to come out to vote, right? Otherwise, you still have that ignorance, and thus people feel like they feel like, they don't know what's going on or what the process is, they then stay home.
Well, one of the issues that folks will be talking about certainly is environmental justice tomorrow at South Carolina State University. Several Democratic candidates are going to be on that campus talking about the very issue. The forum is called Moving Vulnerable Communities from Surviving to Thriving. Joining me to talk about what that is going to mean in terms of these issues are going to be a couple of our guests. You often see Mustafa Santiago Ali on our show as well. Of course, he's the Vice President of Environmental Justice for Climate and Community Revitalization at the National Wildlife Federation, and also Gilda Cobb-Hunter. She's the president of the National Black Caucus of State Legislators. And so I want to, we're chatting with them in just a second. While you guys are pulling them up, let me ask you this here, Julian. How do we, again, on an issue where you don't necessarily have lots of African Americans involved, get them to understand the impact of environmental justice, asthma on black kids? Look what's happening in Flint, Michigan, how the water crisis is impacting the special needs of students in those schools. They're going to have to be tracked the next 30 years. Even their children have to be tracked based upon what happened in Flint as well. And so environmental justice has to be a critical issue for African Americans in 2020.
It's a black issue, and we all too often ignore it. The fact is that most dumps are contiguous to African-American communities. That causes all kind of pollution and all kinds of diseases. As you say, my cousin, Dr. Floyd Malveaux, has done all this work on asthma. Now almost 1 in 4 of our children has asthma. And this, again, is a challenge. Still leaded walls in public housing, et cetera. And the water, we all know about Flint, but there are probably another 50 Flints. But people don't talk about that, so the quality of our water is affected. Roland, all of it. And somehow we haven't been able to make the case for black folks see environmental issues as, oh, you're outside or you're hugging a tree. Pretty much just that. They don't really see it as this is the quality of the air you breathe, the quality of the water you drink, the quality of where people dump. And the dumping issue is one that actually environmental justice activists sometimes do pay attention to, and it's one that communities need to pay attention to. Because we tend to live in the lower cost parts of town, it's easy to dump in our part of town. But then all of that pollution, all of that corruption, and so you end up finding cancer rates, all these things that we can measure. And the researchers in Flint did a brilliant job of measuring, but then what do we do about it? And what we've seen in Flint is very little has been done. The crisis still exists.
Erica, again, making the connection for African Americans when you talk about environmental justice compared to civil rights, police accountability.
Absolutely. And environmental justice impacts everything from jobs, And I think one thing that's of great importance, Dr. Malveaux brought out, environmental justice is not really framed in a way that centers Black folks. 100,000 Black and Latino people die every year from air pollution. That's staggering. And so when we think about people within our families that we know that have asthma, and we consider the cities that they live in and perhaps the parts of town that we live in, because this issue has not been really framed in a way that really does center us, that makes us people that bear the brunt of climate change, that bears the brunt of lead poisoning and things of that nature, I think that we somehow believe that that is what Dr. Malveaux said, that that's a tree hugger issue. But it is very much so a Black and a brown issue. So this is yet another quiver that we have to put in our bow to be able to say, listen, this is something that we have to pay attention to because it impacts all of us. It's not a coincidence that cousins and family members have a hard time breathing and have asthma and have respiratory problems that they do carry regularly. It's not.
Want to bring in Gilda Cobb-Hunter. She, of course, is the president of National Black Caucus of State Legislators. Gilda, why did you want to have this in South Carolina State?
It was important. Thanks for having me, Roland. It's important for us, the National Black Caucus, to do it at South Carolina State and HBCU. We are in the South primary, early primary state. And quite frankly, we thought it important for candidates, presidential candidates, to be held to the standard of not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. We are extremely pleased that 6 of those candidates chose to come to this HBCU and share their position on environmental justice, what they would do if he or she would become president.
And obviously, when you talk about those issues, who are the candidates who are actually going to be at South Carolina State tomorrow?
We will have Senator Elizabeth Warren, Tom Steyer, Senator Cory Booker. We also will have Admiral Joe Sestak, former Congressman John Delaney, and Marianne Williamson.
Joe Sestak? Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
I didn't realize. So Sestak and Delaney are still in the race?
Look, they're going to be here in South Carolina. And guess what, Joe?
Like, seriously, when you mention their names, I'm going, they're still running. Okay. All right.
Well, you know what, Roland, let me just say something on that. Let me say something on that real quickly, because one of the things that we, the organizers, thought was important is that even though they have not made the DNC stage, the fact that they came and wanted to, or will come rather, and want to share their position, at least NBCSL and the NAACP is giving them a little airtime. And who knows, maybe one of these candidates who chose not to be here will learn something from those 3.
The last question for you. Are y'all going to be streaming the event tomorrow? Is it airing anywhere?
Yeah, it's live stream. We've got a number of media partners. We have CNN and Fox and CBS and all of them who will be covering it. And so, Mustafa, I know you will be speaking with him shortly. He can give you some additional information on how it can be viewed.
Okay, Gilda, we surely appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Guys, we have Mustafa there?
Mustafa?
Okay, sorry. All right, so sorry, folks. We don't have Mustafa there, but Gilda, we surely appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right, y'all got to go to break. We come back. We are, of course, more Roland Martin Unfiltered. We'll talk about the HBCU rally next week happening in Annapolis, Maryland. Also, I'll be chatting here with Mark Curry. He actually says he's got a golf game. Pray for him. You're watching Roland Martin Unfiltered, Los Cabos, Mexico, 2nd annual Life Luxe Jazz Experience. Back in a moment. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it. All right, fam, it's almost that time. The holiday season, of course, is, for many of us, the favorite time of the year. Now, whether you celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, Ramadan, Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's, all of these, of course, from October to the end of the year, this is when you think about spending time with the people you love the most. This is also the time to count your blessings and support those less fortunate. and look at how you can have an impact on their lives. Well, I have the perfect opportunity for you to be a holiday hero, have a major impact on other families. Here's the deal. Right now, hundreds of thousands of Americans are sitting in jail without being convicted of a crime. Why? Because they lack the financial resources to pay their bail. Now think about it. If you are arrested for any minor offense, you'll be taken directly to jail. If you don't have bail money, whether it's a few $100 or a few $1,000s, you will stay there until a court date is scheduled. Now, that could be days, weeks, or even months. America's bail system is broken and has created a two-tier system of justice, one for the rich and one for the poor. Folks, freedom should be free. That's why the Ebony Foundation is partnering with the Bail Project and is sponsoring the Home by the Holiday campaign. With your help, our goal is to bail out 1,000 people by New Year's Day. How's that for a holiday gift? A donation from you can change someone's life tomorrow, and here's why it is critical. People of color represent upwards of 90% of the jail population across the country. It ranges from 50 to 90% depending upon where you are. Of course, then when they stayed in jail, 90% of people with misdemeanors ended up pleading guilty. However, when bail was paid, 50% of the cases were dismissed and less than 2% received the jail sentence. Sometimes justice needs just us to join the fight. Folks, you can be a holiday hero by donating $25, $50 or more to help the Ebony Foundation bring our brothers and sisters home for the holidays. To donate, go to homebytheholiday.com. It's HOMEBYTHEHOLIDAY.com. And of course, the Ebony Foundation is tied to Ebony Magazine. And so we certainly appreciate the work that they're doing to assist those who are most in need. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it. Eddie Johnson, superintendent of Chicago Police Department, is retiring. He served in that position for about 4 years. Of course, this comes on the heel of him being discovered passed out at a stop sign by various Chicago police officers. Teresa, there's no doubt in my mind that Eddie Johnson is retiring because of that, knowing full well he could not leave the department when the superintendent gets found passed out in his car. He said it was some medication that he took. The mayor did say earlier that night he had a couple of drinks. Bottom line is he's not going to actually be fully vested until April. You don't resign now, and you're going to be fully vested with your pension in April because you just feel like walking away. No,
well, we actually know what this is, and this is a silent walk away. It's very standard in law enforcement. They won't say that, you commit any crime. They'll say thank you for your service and continue your pension as it increases. But, it's unfortunate, as someone in leadership who thinks, again, that was an action where they felt like they were above the law. And so, when you act like that, it does make us, because, it's always African Americans in leadership. And so, but it's a small silent cover up that I believe that people know, and they're silently trying to have it walk away.
Roland.
Julian, 31 years as with the Chicago Police Department. Mm-hmm. But this comes on the heels of the brother who was a number 2 in the New York Police Department being passed over by Mayor Bill de Blasio. The reality is very few African Americans get opportunities to lead major police departments like Chicago or New York. Exactly.
And 45 went to Chicago a week or so ago and dissed this brother big time, talked about how, law enforcement would not get better as long as he was ahead. But one of the things we have to say in fairness, yes, he was passed out, no excuse for that, but he also is in relatively poor health. And actually, he was at the doctor's office that day. They told him to go to the emergency room. He did not. So one wonders if that contributed to the pass out or lightheaded or whatever it was. But his health has been poor. He had a kidney replacement earlier in the year and some other things. So I would just encourage people not to pile on but so much. He was wrong, but it may have been time for him to go, because with those kind of things, kidney, etc., and then the stress And because, he came in on the heels of the Laquan McDonald case, and he had to do a lot of cleaning up. And I imagine that the white police officers in Chicago are not his favorite person, or that he's not their favorite person.
I want to play some of what he had to say today at that news conference in Chicago.
I had my doubts sometimes about our strategies, but the numbers tell us that we've been doing what we've been doing is working. It's perhaps best to compare this past summer to the summer of 2016. This past summer, murder was down 41% compared to the summer of 2016. And that translates to 141 murders this summer as compared to 240 murders in the summer of 2016. That's a difference of nearly 100 lives in just the summer months. That's 100 fewer funerals. That's 100 fewer sobbing mothers and heartbroken fathers. Robberies also down 29% this summer versus the summer of 2016. Burglaries down 31% for the same period. In fact, robberies, burglaries, and auto thefts are all at 20-year lows. Shooting victims are down 34%. Shooting incidents down 38% this summer compared to 2016. Now, this is an equally significant statistic, as each shooting victim has the potential to be a murder victim. For those that survive a shooting, the wounds never truly heal. The victims of gun violence are often left physically or psychologically broken. So reducing these shootings in the city that I love has been one of the greatest accomplishments of my career. And it's with that in mind that I want to announce my retirement today. It's time for someone else to pin these 4 stars to their shoulders. These stars can sometimes feel like you're carrying the weight of the world. But I'm confident that I leave CPD in a better place than when I became superintendent. I'll help with the transition to the new superintendent however possible. CPD needs strong leadership, and I want the next top cop to continue making the improvements in public safety and in the department that I love.
All right, Eric, I want to get your thoughts on this before I go to my next story.
Just very quickly, so I'm glad that his trip to London helped to inform his decision, but I believe that the city of Chicago definitely deserves much, much better. He was not one of the top-tier candidates that was actually up for superintendent, and so to have Rahm Emanuel speak well over you does not do much to that as well. So I really, really hope for the best for the city of Chicago, because it is really a dumping ground for Fox News and just for ideologues as a way to really express their hatred, demonstrative hatred for black folk. But for whomever is going to be in leadership next, no matter what the face look like, Chicago and all of the people that reside there, especially the black folks, deserve much better.
All right, folks. In Annapolis, Maryland on Wednesday, next Wednesday, November 13th at 1 p.m., there's going to be a rally led by the Black Caucus in Maryland to put pressure on Governor Larry Hogan to have a real settlement for those 4 HBCUs that have been embroiled in a 13-year lawsuit against the state of Maryland when it came to duplication of programs. They say that has greatly negatively impacted them. They should be getting $1 billion. They said that it makes sense to get $522 million. Hogan has only offered $200 million. Julian, this is a huge issue. It's going to take place at 1 p.m. in front of the House of Delegates building at 6 Blayton Street in Annapolis, Maryland. For more information, people can call 410-841-3185, 410-841-3185. They've also aligned with Divine Nine fraternities and sororities who are encouraging their members to go out there. Also, at NAACP, National Urban League, and others are being involved. I have been involved in this with them, Julian, and it is amazing to me that in 13 years there has not been a mass rally on behalf of HBCUs when it comes to this lawsuit. And I challenge the Divine Nine to step up and push thousands of their members out there, because Maryland and this governor and the legislature needs to understand that black folks are not going to be silent when it comes to how these HBCUs were treated with these duplicate programs.
You know, Roland, to offer $200 million when basically the court said it's $1 billion, 20%. They're offering them, 20%, and that's ridiculous. The plaintiffs basically compromised by saying they would take the $522 million, but that was only really half of what the courts said they should pay. But the challenge here is also that this happened under Hogan, but we've had Democratic governors who have not offered more. The HBCUs are literally at the sidelines of people's thinking, even though they still maintain their vitality in our community. HBCUs are still doing the heavy lifting in terms of basically educating black people. And Maryland has 4 great HBCUs with presidents who are doing yeoman's work, but they would do so much better if they had the money. And so Hogan is really slapping folks in the face. Maryland has a large African-American population. I'm glad the Maryland black legislators are, finally stepping up, because they have not been the advocates that we really elected them to be in terms of this issue, even though many of them are products of HBCUs.
But see, I disagree with you on that one because the black delegates have been. The problem is they haven't had external people who've been out there. I spoke to the Maryland Black Caucus a few years ago on this very issue. They have been fighting it, but you haven't had external groups. Again, NAACP is headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland. Right. They have never organized anything, a mass demonstration on behalf of these HBCUs. Again, none of these civil rights organizations. That's why I challenge them and the Divine Nine to say, I'm sorry, you've got to step up and do something for them. This is where, Erica, people need to understand you got to have an inside game and an outside game. You got to have an internal and an external. The external pressure is what is necessary for the internal folks to also get what is required.
And that is just going to be needed to be repeated over and over again. The other part of it is we're kind of going to seeing an exit in homecoming. And so when we're gathered together like that as family and friends and celebrating our roots, that those are actual conversations and those are opportunities for us to actually grow, as you said, that internal, external type of force as well. And I also want to say this. I think that this should also be on the minds of folks, particularly those Democrats, those folks that back Larry Hogan in his bid for governor again. So let's, also be reminded of that. Like, he did receive a boost from Democrats, largely black folks as well. So these are the things that we really need to have top of mind when we're thinking about local, state, and we're thinking about those executive offices and the power that they hold.
Yep. Teresa, we've seen, of course, where black folks in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania have been fighting for Cheney, fighting for HBCUs there. But this is necessary to have this public demonstration in Annapolis. And again, if Hogan doesn't do what's required, the federal courts are going to make a ruling on this. But I then say, come January, the Maryland legislature meets for 90 days every single year. There should be a bill put forth, and black folks will be putting pressure on Democrats in that state, a Democratic state, to say, pass this bill, fund them to the tune of $522 million, not this $200 million that Larry Hogan is offering.
I don't even know why this is even a issue for Governor Hogan to even do what he's supposed to do, better yet, required to do. But it also kind of shows you what the mindset is going on in that executive legislator. Because anytime you can get the majority of African-American voters, many of whom are college educated, many of whom are working families, to vote for you in that for governor in that race, and then to have legislators do their job, and then it's kind of like you're taking it for granted, right? Well, so I'm going to give you scraps. I'm going to give you $200 million, and you're going to be happy. So I do believe, and Roland, I'm grateful for that call to action, because I know I'm going to share it with my networks, and everybody needs to be traveling. They need to be taking a bus. Something has to happen, because if it doesn't happen by January, like I said, a bill definitely needs to go. But if the community isn't chanting change, then there needs to be some look at who they place in leadership.
And I also want to add this, Roland. We need to be less reactionary.
Real quick.
Well, quickly, the Democrats who ran for governor of Maryland did not make this an issue. This should have been an issue for Ben Jealous. It should have been an issue for the brother from PG County who was running. If this were an issue, they may have been able to galvanize more black votes than they got. The fact is that we have put HBCUs at the periphery, not at the center.
Yep.
Got it. All right, folks. Again, rally's taking place November 13th, 1 p.m. Annapolis, Maryland. We'll be live streaming it on Roland Martin Unfiltered, so we look forward to that. My last story before I let my panel go. We have our segment called Crazy Ass White People. Roll it.
No charcoal grills are allowed.
I'm white. I got you, bro.
Illegally selling water without a permit
On my property.
Whoa! Hey!
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
All right, so a couple of people are not white, Latino, but look, they were dressing like white people. They decided to wear KKK costumes for Halloween. Did not go over well with black people in L.A. Okay, to all my Latino friends, it's never a good move. Do not imitate white people when it comes to KKK costumes, okay? Okay, unless you're Dave Chappelle on the Chappelle Show and it's a joke, I'm just saying it's not going to work. Erica, what is wrong with these people?
So let me step back. We kind of having a little conversation here. And so this is a problem somewhat that lays at the feet of the culture. Stop allowing folks to talk about you, use words that are very specific to your community. As a black woman, anybody that steps in me or uses languages like nigga or nigger, we immediately have a problem. And so the other part I think that's really good is that anti-blackness is very real. So to see that it's not just, and I think that this is something that everybody needs to see, it's not just a specific age demographic, it's not a specific generation. This is largely people that think that it is okay to disparage black folks. And I, for one, as a very black woman whose ancestors paid the price in blood to be here for well over 500, very black, you can't try me like that. And so I think that that's a line that has to be drawn in the sand around anti-blackness.
I'm just saying, Teresa, KK costume don't really work well in the black neighborhood.
Not at all.
No neighborhood.
I was about to say, this is no neighborhood left behind, right?
No, y'all said no neighborhood. No, there's some white neighborhoods it works well. Mississippi.
I bet it
Alabama,
does. You know, it's funny.
Georgia, South Carolina,
New York,
but I'm
New
just
Jersey.
saying,
But not
Suburban
LAX.
counties.
Right.
Let's just call it what it is.
Right. Yeah.
No. Unless you're shooting Black Klansmen with Spike Lee, no, it's not gonna work.
No.
It's not gonna work. Not gonna work.
But you know what I did like? What I did like about that, Roland, is that that the confrontation didn't escalate where it could have escalated, right? Where it could have got really out of control. But what I did appreciate is that they were unmasked. Yeah, right. It could have been that and a little bit more, right? Depending on the reaction of and how people were feeling that night.
Yeah.
But what I do appreciate is that people are now unmasking it, right? So when you take the hood off, that's just the first step, right? Because then, as we saw in the video, the young ladies then started to try to hide their face and try to cover back up. But if you're bold enough to wear that costume, then you are bold enough to stand your ground on why you feel like this was it funny? Because it wasn't funny.
But Teresa, if you look at history, the reason why Klansmen wore the costume is because many of them were the preachers, they were the mayors, they were the other people, and they covered up. I mean, when you look at lynching chronicles, you'll see stories about how somebody recognized somebody's shoes and said those are the same shoes that the police chief had on earlier today. So it's consistent with our historical ignorance that these folks would put some Klan costumes on, and let's just assume that they were not racist, they were just well-meaning. Then, as Erica has said, the anti-blackness that is replete in our country allows Latinos, who ought to be our allies, to behave badly. So people of color is not a coalition until you own my pain, until you own my history, because it's American history. And these Klansmen lynched
let me do this
4,000 people.
So again, let me do this here again. So now it's time for lesson. If y'all are shooting white folks doing crazy stuff, do me a favor, shoot like this here. That way it fills the whole screen up, okay? See, when you shoot like this, I got the two black bars on the side. No, I need to see all of it. So that's my video lesson. If you're shooting police beating people up, if you're shooting crazy as white people, shooting into this video, folks, please learn how to shoot horizontal or landscape. So all you gotta do, hold the phone just like this here, and then that way when we put it on television, it fills the whole screen. Yeah. TV now is in 16:9. Used to be standard 4:3. Okay, it's a little geekish for y'all don't know, but I'm just saying, don't shoot like this here. Okay, I want to see the whole ass whooping. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, folks. Before I let my panel go, we lost a couple of literary giants this week. Ernest Gaines, a novelist who was known for the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, A Lesson Before Dying, and other tales of racial injustice in rural Louisiana. He died on November 5th at his home in Oscar, Louisiana. He was 86 years old. Gaines spent the first 15 years on a plantation near Baton Rouge and later moved with his family to Northern California. In many ways, he never left the painful history of his childhood. His writing drew comparisons to that of Charles Dickens and William Faulkner. He's survived by his wife of 26 years, Diane Sawney, 4 stepchildren, and 9 siblings. In fact, it was actually James Baldwin who blasted Hollywood for their refusal to tell the stories of black novelists, and he mentioned Ernest Gaines. And then when the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman dropped, it was CBS who actually ran that movie starring Cicely Tyson. And so Ernest Gaines died at the age of 86. Also, William Branch, a leading black playwright in the 1950s who helped bring the African-American experience to off-Broadway before he turned to radio and television as a writer. He passed away in Hawthorne, New York. He was 92 years old. Branch was the son of a minister of the AME Zion Church, initially pursued acting, appearing alongside Sidney Poitier in an all-black 1951 production of Sidney Kingsley's detective story at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. Of course, in the 1960s, he wrote for the Alma John Show, a syndicated radio program, was a producer and writer for public television specials, including what is now WNET in New York. And he partnered with filmmaker William Greaves. He co-wrote the 1968 documentary Still a Brother, Inside the Negro Middle Class, which received an Emmy nomination and American Film Festival Blue Ribbon. In addition to his daughter, Rochelle Branch of L.A., survivors include 2 grandchildren. So certainly we remember 2 literary giants right here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Erica, Julian, and Teresa, I thank all 3 of you for being on the show today. Folks, when we come back here at Los Cabos, we'll talk with the lead singer of Incognito, one of the 14 acts performing here at the 2nd annual Life Luxe Jazz Experience. Y'all, it feels great. It's lovely being out here. Glad I ain't freezing my ass off in D.C. or somewhere else. I'll be back. Roland Martin Unfiltered in a moment. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. All right, folks, we are here at Los Cabos, Mexico, 2nd annual Life Luxe Jazz Experience. 14 acts performing over 3 days. If you, of course, now it's a little too late if y'all want to come. Now, you can actually hop on a plane if you want to come here. But if you want to actually see all of the concerts, go to GFNTV.com, GFNTV.com. You can get the live stream pass for $10.99. You can see all of the performances. It's going to be great here. Joining me right now is Bluey, lead singer of Incognito. What's happening?
I'm really enjoying it. What's not to like? We're on the beach.
Okay, well, absolutely. Of course, it's great here. But what's up? You got this heavy shirt on, man. It's too warm for that.
This is much colder than my island, Mauritius.
So it was much colder.
Yeah, this is getting cool now.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, cloud cover, temperatures dropping.
In a minute, you'll be looking for your jacket.
No, I won't. No, I won't. No, trust me. You understand? I lived in Chicago for 6 years. We had a cold front that came through in June, and so I hold off on wearing a jacket as long as I can, because even now being in D.C., when it comes, it's going to be there for at least 5 months. So that's how we do it. So let's talk about being here. This experience. Now, look. You have jazz festivals all around the country. And so give me a sense of how folks around the world still receive jazz. In the United States, it's a lot different than in other parts of the world.
Because it's a music that still brings people together. We celebrate life together, especially in a world now that's led by a lack of empathy and greed. You know, as you've been talking about on your program, you know, music is a small part in the wheels that brings people together and still celebrate life and feel they can actually maybe come together and inspire a change, you know, and that's why it's so popular, and it continues to have that essence of celebration and coming togetherness, but also it's for the thinkers.
What jazz artists influence you? Or were there any other artists who influenced you?
Everybody from Miles Davis to Stevie Wonder in the soul side, and bands like Earth, Wind and Fire, who was funk bands, but they were jazz bands. You know, Earth, Wind and Fire was as much a jazz band as any other band in the world for me. You know, from listening to their early days when all those solos were blaring, and so they were a big inspiration. Chicago.
See, what I love about jazz is you got to play a damn instrument. You cannot be in jazz and not have an instrument. Now, other art forms, trust me, it kills me with all of the computers and everything. But it's something different when you actually have to play an instrument.
I've been taking a 12 to 15 piece band around the world for 40 years. No track playing, just live band. 40 years.
12 to 15? That's a lot of damn attitude.
Yes. You learn from the best. Earth, Wind and Fire, Tower of Power, Chicago. You know, it's like you learn from those bands and you say, that's the way to make that sound. That's the way to communicate that information. Inspiration information, that is.
All right. So if you had your pick of 3 now deceased jazz artists to be in your band, who would they be?
Well, some of them were actually played with us. George Duke. And Grover Washington, I didn't get a chance to, because to me, no Grover, no smooth jazz. And a guy I've worked with many times, Roy Ayers.
Who's going to be here?
Yeah. So I'm waiting for my hug from the man.
Well, that's a good 3 right there. See, people probably surprised with those 3. Let's see here. I'm gonna throw this at them. Give me the best white jazz artist for you.
I would say Bill Evans.
Bill Evans. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Some mad white guys right now.
Well, he's one of the best. What can I say? It touches my heart. How do you relate to what is best? The best is the ones that speak to your heart and soul, and he did that.
All right, now, I ask comedians this all the time. I'll ask them, what's the funniest city for them? You travel all around the world. If you had to pick one place in terms of where the fans are rabid, crazy jazz fans, what place would that be?
It's hard to beat New York, but I would say outside of that, Seoul, Korea, South Korea, Seoul.
Really?
Between that and and any city in the Philippines.
Why is that?
Because they embrace it in a way that it's not just for the moment. They live it. Their kids learn to play jazz. You get like 8 and 9 and 10-year-old that can tear up the piano, guitar, saxophone. It's like they live it because it's a Bible to them. They play their babies that stuff in the belly.
Wow. See, folks would be shocked by that. Otis Clay was one of my favorite blues artists, and one of my favorite for him. He did an album that was in Tokyo, Japan, and a lot of blues artists, they are huge in Asian countries.
Of course. It's where you get to a certain age, the world tend to overlook you. In those countries, they respect you even more, and they bring you. And those artists can still make a living. They can still live life with a dignity. They can go on a stage and feel that adoration of music, not just them as individuals. When they step up on that stage, they bear the torch for all the jazz players and all the blues players and all the soul players. They embrace the history in a way that we have forgotten how to.
All right. And now, folks out there watching right now, if there was one Incognito album that they should go download right now, what is it?
If I'm speaking to Americans, it's got to be Positivity. But I would say our new one, because the new one to me is always The Word. and that is Tomorrow's New Dream, which came out today and went #1 in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, then. We're looking forward to you hitting the stage there.
And thank you for having me on the show. Beautiful show. And bringing home a lot of truths to a lot of people.
I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. Looking forward to it. All right, y'all got to go to a break. We come back. We'll chat with Mark Curry. We're going to talk about his affinity for printed pants, why he has a crush on Babyface, and lastly, why he is seeking a loan from Lionel Richie. That's next. Roland Martin Unfiltered. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. All right, y'all, we are back. Roland Martin Unfiltered here in Los Cabos, Mexico. Second annual Life Luxe Jazz Experience. This man here is going to be the host of all of this. Was it Ashley Scott? Mark Curry, of course, comedian, actor. What's up, man?
I'm doing excellent, sir. I see you can buy this is him without makeup on. You can buy these on his channel. That's what he looked like. You didn't know that. He got tattoos.
I ain't got no problem selling them.
That's right, baby. This man is great.
It has been, of course, we're looking forward to this. Now, this is the second year. Were you here last year?
No, I wasn't here last year. This is my first year as the host, baby. Taking it to another level.
Now, jazz is jazz. You know what? They didn't tell us what it.
Gumbo juice.
Right, they didn't tell us what it was, and so I know this is cranberry juice.
That's gumbo.
So I don't know what these other juices are.
You got a track infection or something?
I don't know.
You okay?
No, I don't drink, so.
Okay.
I've never drank in my life.
Never in your life?
So I go to a club. They're like, what you gonna have? I'm like, cranberry juice. They're like, is there anything else in that? I'm like, yeah, ice.
When I used to see them outfits you wear, I used to think you was a drinker. I said he must drink before he dressed.
No.
Wow.
No, I have never drank in my life, ever.
That's it. I mean, I drink a little bit. I mean, I'm just too tall, 6'6". I get goofy. I knock people over. You stepped on my shoes, stupid. So I don't drink either. But here in Mexico, I'm drinking. Yes, I am. Because I am drinking a lot.
So are you like most black people? Is it Hennessy or is it something else?
I used to be Hennessy. Now I'm old school. I do rum and coke. Why you like?
That's my mama drink.
I know. Listen,
my mama is 72. Her drink has been rum and coke since I was 10.
No, listen, I went to a bar. You can tell I'm old school. I said, give me a rum and coke. The bartender said, that's old school. I said, rum and coke is old school. That's the only thing I know. Rum and coke.
You meet a black woman who's over 55.
That's funny.
You ain't got to guess her drink.
He should be a comedian. I'm gonna use that joke.
No, but it's true. You a black woman 55. Babe, what you drinking? No, I got it. You drinking rum and coke.
That is hilarious. That's so funny.
Okay, y'all. How old are you? I said it. You're 55. What's your drink? Rum and coke. Look at her.
What is it? Yeah,
what's your drink?
I'm a Mac from Oakland. She drank white liquor. Am I right? She drank white liquor.
What'd you say? Vodka cranberry.
White liquor. I know that. I can tell by her eyes.
Here's the problem. The problem is Negroes with money are here.
Right. They get different. I'll take a vodka cranberry, please.
Precisely.
At home in Sacramento, give me some Hennessy. This was a trip. Anyway, with no ice, just straight up.
Right.
Woo! Exactly.
Nobody.
I know. I'll take a little cranberry with a splash of lime, please. Thank you. I'm from Sacramento. Right.
Knowing full well she not. All right, let's talk about these printed pants.
That's right.
What's up with the
That's right. Look at those pants.
Are you going to war? What the hell? I mean, what the hell? I mean, what? You came to Mexico, you think the cartel's going to roll up on the beach?
But if the cartel do roll up on the beach, I can blend in with nature. They won't even see me. I thought, big black man, where did he go?
No, they won't see the pants, but they see that bright-ass pylon shirt.
That's all right. This shirt represents life. I like bright colors, like you like bright colors.
Yes, I do.
Because bright colors give me life. I really. You see me a lot of times wearing a lot of bright colors because it gives me life. If I wear dark, so I'm that type of person. I like bright, and I can wear it.
Oh, everybody can't wear it.
Yeah, everybody can't wear it. You can wear it, but you got to have that certain swag. We talked about that last night. When I first started Mr. Cooper, I used to wear an orange blazer. I had an orange blazer. I had all kind of bright blazers. But I love that. I love the colors. I can do it because I got swag and I believe and I'm confident in myself.
Well, see, that's why I try to tell people. Folks will see it. Like, when I started wearing a feather pocket square, bro's like, man, I couldn't do that. I said, first of all, I ain't never dressed for a dude. I'm like, so I'm just want to let you know.
I like that.
But this actually happened at the White House. So, yeah, I was a name drop because your ass didn't get invited. So, we're at the White House Christmas party, and I always wore ascots.
What'd you have on the White House Christmas party, sir? Tell me.
I had multiple. I'm trying to think what year. I mean, I worn different colors.
Bragging that way.
No, I mean,
I was there since Nixon.
right. I'm just saying. So,
Watergate. I had Paisley on during Watergate.
It was Watergate that had some gators on.
Oh, gators. Yeah. Okay.
But so Obama, so I had to have the ascot on. So I got this feather pocket square. He goes,
feather.
Dog feather.
Feather. I'm from Oakland. I deal with Fillmore Slim. We ain't never did feather in the pocket.
Trust me. So feather pocket square. Obama goes, Roland, really? He goes, first the ascot, but the feather pocket square. Now while he's talking smack, Michelle's over there going, ooh, this is nice. I said, see, this ain't for you. This is for her. He's like, man, come on, take this picture.
The only way I wear feathers is my beaver cap.
No.
I never wore a feather.
If I show you the feather pocket square, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna pimp that right there.
Really? Secret Service was looking at you. Look at the black guy with the feathers on. What is he about?
Guess what? The number 2 in the Secret Service, he was an alpha.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, people don't realize there are 2 forms of Secret Service. There's uniform Secret Service, and there's a dude who wears suits.
Right.
Most of the black Secret Service agents are uniform. So I go to the White House, yo, Ro, what up?
Oh, they know you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, look at that.
Right.
See, I see, man, you can't mess with this dude.
I mean, look, but here's the deal, though. You know this. Anywhere you go in America, it's a 90% chance it's going to be black security guards.
Yes.
You good.
You good. You're right. Black security, take care. Go on now. Go on in there. I know. I like your stuff. Go on in there. You're right.
That's
Yeah, we got that connect. What is that called? What's that word? What is that called? That connection. That's a Roland Martin word with a brand new word.
That's a black vibe. That's a black vibe.
Connectivity.
I'm at the NBA All-Star game in LA, 2000. I wasn't playing. And we go to this party. And his young brother was like, it was LA. It was LA, 2011.
I was there with Kevin Garnett, Gary Payton, and J.R. Ryder. I remember that one.
You there with Gary the glove?
Yes. I remember, this is a true story, and he gonna love it. J.R. Ryder bought a brand new Rolls Royce convertible, and he stopped in front of everybody and put the top down and drove off. I was like, oh, that's Oakland town business.
That's why his ass was out of the NBA too. Broke as hell. Playing craps and shit on the side. You an NBA player and your ass playing craps in Oakland.
Well, that's what we do in Oakland.
Yeah, That's why his ass was begging to get back in.
You know everything.
I know. Because when J.R. Ryder played with the Minnesota Timberwolves, came to practice an hour and a half late, walked in eating an egg sandwich, and Spud Webb was like, what the hell is your ass doing?
He was like, yeah, you're right. He know his stuff.
Come on now. That was JR. I was high as hell Ryder.
That was his first practice.
Dude, stupid.
JR, we just all right town business.
Just stupid. So let me tell you. So we go in. So it was 2 people. It was a sister and a young brother. He goes, sir, I need to see your wristband. She was like, Mr. Martin, go on here. I keep telling these dumbass young people need to learn how to watch TV. I'm sorry, Mr. Martin. You go right ahead with your wife. She said, I told you a stupid ass you need to learn how to watch TV. You know who the hell that is? That's Mr. Martin. That's the black news man.
Right.
Dude, she was cussing him out.
That's right.
Because he dared ask me, where's my wristband?
Because you are it. You represent us. You know that. You're the only show on television that represent us. Think about it.
And we black.
We love you, man. We love you. There we go. But I rob you if I see you on this beach late night, straight up. Nigga, I straight up rob you. I know he got money. I know he got money. Them suits, he be having them expensive suits. I'll straight up get on it. Don't turn around, homie. Don't turn around. I would give you a compliment. I love your show, but don't turn around.
But see, the problem there is, I got them other cats who watch me.
Okay, so it be...
I got them other bros who watch me who been in prison.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of the prisoners love you.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you, I had a brother, National Harbor Casino. This dude was like, yo, Roland Martin, dude, I fucks with you. Y'all, he was yelling. And I'm going, I appreciate that. He's like, no, you ask my girl. I watch you all the time. I was kind of like, appreciate that. He's like, no. He go, anybody fuck with you, I got you. Damn. The show called Unfiltered. I said what I want to.
Right.
And I went, I appreciate that. He said, no, you don't understand. So I thought he was about to raise his shirt up and show a gun. My man raised his shirt up. Y'all, it was scar tissue.
Oh.
His chest had been cracked open. He had been shot. Yes. He was like, I got you.
Well, maybe I won't be robbing him. I was gonna give him compliments, homeboys from prison. That's all I was gonna say. Hey man, I love your show and walk off.
So, hey, I've had more brothers in prisons like, yo, man.
Your show was on.
Yeah, my TV One show. They was in fact, this one brother, he's a pollster. He said his brother owns a limo service. He spent 20 years in prison. He said they took TV One off the cable system. They shut the prison down. Say no. We watch Roland Martin.
Wow, I believe it.
Like, damn.
I believe it, man. You know, we need you in the black community because we don't have anything like that. We really don't. We really ain't got nobody speaking for us. And you funny but you deliver the point. So we love you, man.
That's how we gotta do it. All right, so let me ask you this question.
I do an interview with you. Why you gotta wear a white shirt all the time? I see you, all these bright African colors and all this. And this brother wear a white shirt. Look like Frankie Beverly's road manager or something. Fucked up.
That's right. Before I let go. Frankie, my man. Matter of fact, he was vacationing here in Cabo a few weeks ago.
Really? I talked to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he called me.
He called you?
He told me, I talked to him. He wanted me to do work on the album. I don't do albums.
We know he lying because Maze ain't put a new album out in 30 damn years. Maze performed with the Gap Band in Dallas. Frankie was on stage. He said, we be working on a new album. The audience like, shut your ass up and sing Join Pain.
Call Jubu, he all right.
He said, Maze ain't got to do nothing new.
He don't. You're right. They don't even get radio play. That's incredible.
No, they don't need to.
Wow, that's incredible.
Fact, look, y'all see that big ass stage right back there? Let me tell y'all something. Go to a Maze concert. Frankie moved 5 feet to the left and 5 feet to the right. They don't move. They ain't walking all around the damn stadium.
You're gonna have Maze coming to get you. Maze, and you got Maze outside.
No, they know.
There you go.
No, they know. And that's right. Look, now the funniest part is Frankie got 20 hats. 20 white hats.
Oh, yeah.
And I was backstage. I said, Frankie, they all white. You couldn't bring 10? It's 20 white hats lined up. And his bodyguard says, oh, no. He'll try on each one to see the fit. I said, does his head change between shows?
That's right. But he Frankie. We eccentric like that. When I perform, I have 4 different outfits. And which one that I put on works. See, I don't coordinate. John Weatherspoon, we love you. But I don't coordinate. I put all my clothes that fit and try them all on, and whether the colors match, and that's the way I do it.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
If you going on the road,
right, and
you know how many nights your ass gonna be there,
right,
why you bring in extra suits?
Because you never know. Because you ever do something and say, man, well, you don't do that. I may put something on and say, I don't look right. It look right at home, but don't look right here. I asked the maid.
No, my shit look right at home.
Yeah, because you got outfits. He got people making his outfit.
I got 5 closets.
5 closets.
Right. I got one closet which is all of my dress suits. I've got another closet which has all of my linen suits. I've got another closet which has all of my gear. So my Astros, Rockets, Texans, Texas A&M, Alpha stuff.
Golden State Warriors.
We beat that ass last night.
That's all right.
Rockets did.
We'll get you. We'll get you Raiders. We'll get you next
We beat that ass too.
You got. That's okay.
Any other ass whoopings we want to talk about? Sure. We hand out ass whoopings.
That's all right. Yeah, Houston got those.
I'm sorry. A's weren't even in the playoffs.
That's all right. We didn't want to be. We didn't want to be.
You didn't want to be.
We chose what we wanted. You think Westbrook gonna work out?
Y'all still playing Moneyball?
That ain't gonna work out. None of that gonna work out. This Westbrook coming to work right now. Westbrook be wearing crazy stuff like this. I'm Westbrook. How you doing?
Actually, you look more like Cam Newton right now.
You're right. No, this is Cam Newton right here. This is Cam Newton right here. I can't believe I lost. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I lost.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking. And I
don't know. He dressed like you though. He got his cue from you. Yes.
No. If he dressed like me, trust me, they wouldn't be trying to cut him.
They're trying to cut him?
Oh no, they put him on injury reserve. Oh yeah.
Well, his arm is what?
He should have seasoned out. He should have had the surgery, healed properly, but he tried to see him come back early.
When he put this on, the NFL got mad at him. They got mad at him when he did that. You cannot do this and do the NFL. They was looking at him. What is he ain't representing the NFL? That's why he out. It's worse than kneeling. Anytime you wear a scarf to a press conference, he was the first one to ever wear a scarf. And they say he had eyeliner on. I don't know.
It was a little rough. It was a little rough. You mentioned John Witherspoon. We just lost John Witherspoon. I mean, if you want to take out every black comedian, everyone was at his funeral.
We were all there. John Witherspoon's special. It was like a Netflix special. Everybody was there. It was incredible, and it was. I've never seen a funeral like that. But when I die, I don't want all these singers.
Shantae
Moore,
Howard Hewitt,
and
you were there. Why the hell am I telling you who were there?
Because you know everything. Roland know everything.
I got invited, but I wasn't there.
Roland know, but he knew. I just know all them sad songs. When Jeffrey
Osborne,
Jeffrey, I thought he was gonna say, "Can you woo woo woo?" And then Howard Hewitt. I thought you can't have these dudes singing sad songs. It don't work.
Okay, so if we had to plan your funeral right now, who will be the singers and what should they sing?
I'm gonna have Too Short singing. Too Short is gonna bust that out. Blow the whistle for coming out. Boom, I want Houdini come out and say, "Friends, how many of us have them? Let's be friends." I want Run DMC to come out. And then I want Patti LaBelle to come blow the speakers out. I said, Patti, I don't care what song you do, just try to blow the speakers out. That's all I want.
So no swag surfing?
No swag surfing, no none of that. And then at the funeral, I want somebody to shoot a pistol. Everybody run out. And then say, psych!
Now, hold on. You told me that was an after party for John. There was an after party. It wasn't no repast. It was an after party at John Witherspoon's funeral.
It was incredible, you guys. I went to his wife, Angela. You walked in, a Rolls Royce parking, and people was partying. I mean, people was like jamming with drinks. I was getting that little bit. How you doing, girl? John, I know, woo woo. I'm like, wow, it was incredible. I had never seen anything like this.
But that's how it's supposed to be. Look, they gone. Right. Like, my funeral, y'all better have a damn party. Because my ass always dancing. Y'all better, right. Mac, I'm telling you right now, okay, it's gonna be no, you can't.
I can outdance you. Ladies and gentlemen, Roland Martin Unfiltered. This is Mark Curry, and I can outdance him. That's right, 6'6" old school player. Watch. I will outdance Roland.
Mark.
We ain't doing watch.
Mark, I'm just letting you know right now, Mark. Hashtag team whip that ass will be showing up. I'm just letting you know.
We're gonna let you know.
I don't know if this is a comedian thing, because Earthquake be doing the same thing. Oh, you think you Jennifer Lewis doing a high kick?
Look at that kick. Look at that kick. Jennifer Lewis.
Right. She does high kicks.
Jennifer Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, Jennifer Lewis. Yeah.
But her kick is higher.
I thought you were talking about the lady singer, Jennifer Holiday.
Okay.
Oh, you said Jennifer. When you said Jennifer Holiday doing high kicks?
That's Jennifer Holiday is the black woman who went to Booker T. Washington High School in Houston, where I'm from. I think I know Jennifer Holiday.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I'm not going. Jennifer Lewis is the black woman who's on Blackish.
Yes, I know. She was on Mr. Cooper, too.
Right, but she can whoop your ass for not knowing who she was.
No, I knew it, Jennifer. I thought you were saying, all right.
How'd you thought I was saying Holiday when I said Lewis?
I thought you were talking about singing.
Jennifer Lewis also sings.
No, I know Jennifer Lewis. I'm Mark Curry. She was on my show. She said, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, what are you doing, Mr.
And if I call her right now, so you lost her name, you know what she would say? She would say, that motherfucker.
Don't do that. Jennifer Lewis, I think you're talking about Jennifer Holiday. You know I love you. Don't get me in trouble with her. No. Especially with her.
I will call Jennifer.
She came to my show with Lynn Whitfield in New York. It was the most incredible thing.
You know what? I was with Lynn Whitfield at Tyler Perry Studios. I told Lynn point blank. I said, Lynn, I love you. I said, but ain't no dudes ever dating you. She's like, what? I said, heifer, a thin line between love and hate.
Not only that, but she a real woman. She's the kind of woman. No, you will take me to our nice restaurant. We will have a Chianti. You got to be
She said it. She said She said she didn't date for a while after a thin line between love and hate came out.
I believe that. I believe that because life imitates art.
I told her, I said, you scared the shit out of every black man.
I didn't date Halle Berry for those reasons. After I saw her with Eddie Murphy, I said, yeah. Just keep it going.
That was the reason?
Yeah, that's the reason. I said no. That's You remember, I was in Hollywood first. I seen them all. They came to me first. No.
You had first dibs.
First dibs on all of them. Excuse me. All of them. Think about it. I'm Mr. Cooper. I was there. Roland Martin Unfiltered.
They were not hanging with Mr. Cooper.
They called the show Hanging for a reason. The show wasn't called Hanging with Mr. Cooper at first. After they shot that first episode, Jesus Christ, this kid is hung like a horse. We got to change the name or something. Wow.
Last question. If you had to do a comedic battle, who living would you want to battle? If it was on stage, no, battle. I'm creating some shit here. It's like when two singers go at each other.
Get me in trouble with these comedians.
No, I'm not. No. What it is? Okay.
A couple of them, and I'm ghetto.
Who you got beef with?
I ain't gonna tell you because I don't want it to get out.
I know one.
Who?
You told me last night.
Oh Jesus, who was that?
I'll text it right now.
Who was that?
I got beef chicken. What you got? No. But here's the other. It's sort of like I asked Wayne Brady this. I said, Wayne Brady, who would you love to? Wayne Brady's not a comedian?
No, he ain't a comedian.
So what is he?
He's an entertainer. We're comedians, baby. We on the mic. We bust mics.
So does he not use a microphone?
But he's not a comedian. He's an entertainer.
But he's a funny as hell entertainer.
He's a funny as hell entertainer.
Right. So in my conversation with Wayne Brady, I said, who would you love to battle with? And he said, I would love to battle Jamie Foxx. He said, so basically, two mics.
They both singing. let me do Prince as a cowboy. Yeah.
Okay, but if that was a battle, two people on stage. So you have two rappers who battle. You have battle rap. You have battle singers. If you had a battle comedian, in terms of to kill the artist, who would you love to battle with? Who's living?
Wow. None of them. I'm being honest with you. I don't be arrogant, but I've been doing 7. None of them. They all know me. I know them, and I don't want to battle nobody. And I don't want to blow nobody out.
Let me rephrase the question. Obviously, let me rephrase the question. If there was, if it's sort of like what Ed Levert told me, he said that when they performed with the Temptations, he said the Temptations would hit that stage, and he said they would just fire them up to 4 Tops as well. So, is there a comedian, if you're on the same bill, who bring it, you like, okay, I'm gonna take it to another level?
All of them. We do that every night. I do that every night. I'm sorry, Roland.
Not all of them. Some of them ain't funny.
Well, I you know what? I bring it every night. I don't know that question. It's difficult for me to say because I like everybody. I go out everybody. I go out and try to kill everybody. Not kill them, but they're my friends. So that's a hard question, Roland. I'm sorry.
No, but there has to be somebody who you like, yo, that person gets me to really say to take it to another level.
No. Everybody do. Every time I step on stage, I try to take it to another level, no matter who is in front of me, straight up. I try to push it. I'm on tour right now with Mike Epps and I just try to stay in my lane and do what I need to do.
I got this one for you. All right. So
And Richard Pryor was the best.
No, I'd say if there was a comedian who is no longer with us.
Richard Pryor, whatever you say, Richard Pryor was the best. I opened up for him in 1993. I'm the only comedian to open up for Richard Pryor. So respect game. He the best. Ain't nobody else even come fucking close. So woo. Forget that question. Don't even come close. I'm sorry.
Did you open for him once or?
I opened up for him one time. Mark Curry.
And he sent you home?
He sent me home.
I'm just saying it was one time. I mean,
that's all I needed.
Oh, I thought it was like a recurring thing. No. And then after one time, he was like, "Take your ass home, Mark Curry."
One time, but he picked game. I opened up for, people don't know this, for.
Do you work here because you wiping this damn table down like you ass the waiter?
Because you know what, I got that ODC thing. It got to be.
OCD.
I'm ghetto. ODD. Black people don't get diagnosed with that. Black people, we don't have mental health. We can't go to our doctor and say, I have multiple personalities. He's going to say, well, who coming to work? So I have a mental health. And so I open up for Bob Hope, too. People don't know that.
Bob Hope?
I'm a veteran in this game. Respect my game. Respect my name. Bob Hope. I was at Bob Hope's house. Bob Hope.
You open at his house?
Well, it was a Christmas special. It was a Christmas special that I did with Bob Hope.
Hold on. Was it a Christmas special that was televised? Was it a Christmas party at Bob Hope's house? And then he let your ass say a couple jokes to his friends and said, now go back in the kitchen and wipe that goddamn table down.
But he did. This is what Bob Hope said to me. It was a Christmas special. I did it at his house in not Las Vegas, but the other Palm Springs.
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Wait a minute. And he said to me, I was about to, I was looking at his Christmas tree. He said, don't steal nothing. That's a true story. So I just wanted to let you know the luminaries that I hang with.
And what was your response when he said don't steal nothing?
I laughed. I laughed like it was the craziest thing in the world.
I thought you were ghetto. You said ghetto. Like, mother.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I did steal some stuff in his when we was filming. I went in the bedroom and took a couple of tricklets. Hey, I still have them. Is it stealing if you still got them?
Yes.
No, it's not. If you give it back, it's not stealing. You had a wristband on. I got to give it back to you yesterday. When you was talking, you had two phones and I accidentally took one. So I want to give your phone back to you. You was last night. He was telling me stories. I hear this brother talking. I think he leaving these iPhones out here. So that's the one you have.
I got a third one.
I know.
And I got a Google Pixel 4.
What is that?
It's a phone.
We ain't got.
It's a Google phone.
I got a kind of phone that you pay every month.
Google gave it to me.
Okay, I got a kind of phone you throw away. I'm ghetto. I take the chip and throw it away because I do illegal things.
Right. You got burners.
Yeah. How you know about that?
Easy. We watch Power. We're gonna call your ass Ghost.
Roland know everything. Roland is an encyclopedia for everything. Roland know everything. I love it.
The king of flip phones right here, y'all.
That's right, baby. He say flip phones. Phones eroded the relationship between a man and a woman. Because back in the day, we used to get away with a lot of stuff now, but a phone, women, when you go to sleep, they on your phone, they putting their phone up to your face, they plugging it into their computer, downloading. Every chick who called him gonna call me. So the phone has destroyed us.
No. See, that's why you just got to see. That's Tiger Woods who did not go to the player school, who failed miserably. You don't leave your phone on the side and go take a shower.
Well, he wears slacks every day.
No, but you bring the phone into the shower.
Well, he wears slacks every day, and he did with white girls. So you think them white girls? Well, Sally's not gonna look through there. I'm not, and a sister gonna be on your phone.
I think people who search through if you're a man or a woman, you search through the other person's phone, I think you stupid.
I agree.
Like, I really don't know. I don't give a damn what my wife's code is.
I don't care. I could care less. I could care less. Plus,
I think it's stupid people say, "Oh, I think you really love me if you give me the code to my phone." No, I think you dumb as hell.
I think if your wife did something, then you're gonna be checking. Make her. If she was gone till 12 o'clock tonight, you come. Nope. Where your phone at? Nope. Okay.
You know why? Because hell, that's happened before. Me too. She like, all right, I see when you get back.
Right. Well, women listen to the background noise when they talking to you. When they talking to you, they don't care what you're saying. They listen to the background. The background better coincide to what you saying. So you at the funeral and they playing all the way up, have fun at the bitch's house. Boom. That's what they do.
That's why you need a noise reduction phone.
A noise reduction phone? Yes. I ain't never had that one. What's that mean?
It's a new one. You get one day. All right, y'all. We gotta go. The son, there's Diane over here. Diane, Diane ain't gonna come over here. She black. She like, I ain't done my hair. I ain't done.
Don't even worry about it.
All right, y'all. So Diane Clarkson here, of course, the force behind Life Luxe Jazz Experience. We're looking forward to a great 4 days.
Yes. Oh my God, it's amazing. Everybody's so psyched. And we're so happy to have both of you two amazing people here.
I talked to him last night till 3 in the morning. I said, let me go to the bathroom just so I can go.
Something about a golf challenge.
Yeah.
He don't want none of this.
Well, I don't know. Henry called me and specifically said that they want you out on
Oh,
the
I know. I mean, his manager was talking trash in the airport. He said, you could tell his ass old, too, because he said, look, I ain't accepting no pesos or no cash. I said, motherfucker, I got Cash App. I was like, I'm sorry?
Roland gonna do a Netflix special. I
got Cash App. What the hell are you talking about? I said, I don't carry around cash.
Well, I'm gonna whoop that ass tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna whoop that ass.
All right. What? EA Sports, though? Because the damn show ain't gonna be the real thing. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I'm gonna whoop your ass like I whoop Buddy Lewis's ass.
Buddy Lewis whooped my ass. He did, and Chris whooped my ass. Fuck y'all.
Okay, if Chris Spencer and Buddy beat you, you better sleep the hell in.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to support Roland Martin Unfiltered by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Join our Bring the Funk fan club. You can use Cash App, PayPal, Square. We got all of that. We'll be broadcasting tomorrow from Los Cabos as well. Looking forward to it. Follow me on social media as well. We're going to have a great, great time. And so, again, the band is they're actually doing sound check as we speak. And so, see, my man Louis, like, I'm trying to sell some shit. So he just handed me the CD. Come on in here. This is Incognito's new album, number one in Japan. It's called Tomorrow's New Dream. Tomorrow's New Dream. Not Dr. King, but Tomorrow's New Dream by Incognito. All right, I appreciate the free CD. I can't play it because my CD-ROM at the house, but I'll play when I get back to the crib. All right, y'all, I got to go.
And this is for you. My God, it was a long interview, but I want to give you this.
Really?
Thank you.
Really? No damn well. I gave him a Listerine strip before he came out here.
He's the best, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to him. TV1, what you thinking?
All right, y'all. I gotta go. I see y'all. Los Cabos, Mexico. Holla! You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sherry Shepherd. You're watching Roland Martin Unfiltered, and while he's doing Unfiltered, I'm practicing the wobble. Yes, I am. Because Roland Martin's the one, he will do it backwards, he will do it on the side. He messes everybody up when he gets into the wobble, because he doesn't know how to do it, so he does it backwards. And it messes me up every single time. So I'm working on it. I got it. You got Roland Martin.
Hi, my name is LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Roland Martin Unfiltered.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mac Wiles, and you are watching Roland Martin Unfiltered.
What's up, y'all? It's Ryan Destiny, and you're watching Roland Martin Unfiltered.
What up, Lana Well, and you are watching Roland Martin Unfiltered.
fam, want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered, the blackest show on all of digital, cable, and broadcast. Check out our audio podcast. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Press play. Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.